Okay, class, part 2 of the second module where we're looking at this case study, the Surface Warfare Officer School. First of all, let's look ahead a little bit. The case I've described in this first half of this video. What are we going to be doing now? Well, we're going to be writing, you're going to be writing and submitting to me a prospectus where you pretty generally explain how you propose to meet this design request, this purchase order. Now, I'll have another video that will explain in detail what you'll submit with this prospectus. Next, we're going to do a needs assessment. We're going to look at Morrison. We're going to anticipate the needs assessment activities for this particular design project. We'll put together a full-blown proposal, one a little more fleshed out, so that our client, which in this case will be me, but our client, the Surface Warfare Officer School, can decide whether or not it wants to fund at the tune of about $20,000. We'll produce an evaluation plan. Ultimately, you'll produce a complete report. And for extra credit, if you'd like to produce a mock-up of at least part of this lesson, that will be something that's also available. I'm sure you're wondering, is this typical? Is this how design works? It isn't what I learned about in my other classes. Unfortunately, or fortunately, it's exactly the way it works. Usually there is a problem. There's a situation within the workplace, within wherever instruction is delivered, that's already being met. In this case, at the Surface Warfare Officer School, it's being met with flashcards. But those in charge think there may be a better way, and so they contact a designer and say, help us identify a more effective, possibly, but usually more efficient way of presenting the same content so that learners can access it in a more efficient manner. And usually there's not an awful lot of peripheral information, content, that's made available to the designer. You have to sort of figure it out on your own. Now, almost always there's a subject matter expert, the person who's your contact in the organization. Now, Dave Monroe was my contact for the project when we actually did this. I will be your contact. I'll be your subject matter expert as the semester unfolds for this particular project. Now, let's take a look at what I've collected for you. If you go to Blackboard, and I'm sure you have or you will, Module 2 has 2 major sections. The introductory videos, not video, you've already looked at, you're looking at one of them right now, and also a section dealing with SWOS and the threat matrix. Let's take a look at what's in that section. There are 2 major folders. One is the case, background materials, and I'll talk about what those are, and the other are threat matrix materials. Some information I've collected to help you understand what this shipboard systems matrix is all about that we'll be designing a lesson for. The background materials. There's a statement of work. There's some background about that statement of work. There's some information about our client, background information about the Surface Warfare Officer School. I've also put a section in there about one of the ships that are in the shipboard systems matrix, the threat matrix, the USSR Kiev, the Soviet Union's aircraft carrier, showing some flybys, they've taken off the laser discs, some still pictures, some content, to kind of give you an idea about what the contents of this lesson will include, what's included in this book. And then some pictures of flashcards just to remind you and kind of show what these ensigns are using, the kinds of things that they were using. Now the project management plan, this background plan, a couple of pages, you can read that over, it'll give you a little bit of an idea. And that's the statement of work and information about this Combat Fleet's activity they'll be working on. Pictures, some images in there of the Combat Fleet's book. You've got your own CD that you can use. Also information about our client, the Surface Warfare Officer School. You won't go there. You won't get a chance to go there. The people I worked with did not get a chance to go there. I got a chance to go there. But the logo, some images of the place, some background about the Surface Warfare Officer School. Let's see what else we have. Some pictures, satellite shots even of SWOS. You can see what a beautiful, wonderful place it is, location it is in Newport, Rhode Island. There's also some information, some links to SWOS on Facebook. They have a Facebook page to learn about them. SWOS on the web. You can go to information about the Surface Warfare Officer School on the web. And then specifically information about what a subset of SWOS, SWOS Doc it's called. And this is a Surface Warfare Officer School Division Officers Curriculum Doc. Division Officers Curriculum. That's the group we'll be working with, these ensigns. And while some of this information is classified, I was able to get copies of their study guide and this threat matrix lesson is one lesson within the curriculum for SWASDOC. Now, SWAS has changed over the years. Naval officers don't spend all their time in Newport, Rhode Island. They do some of their SWASDOC work aboard ship, but the content remains pretty much the same, if not updated. Some information about the USS Kiev, which I think you'll find interesting, kind of fun to look at, wonder how they got this information. By the way, the Kiev was sold by the Soviet Union when it broke up to the Chinese, who made it into a Chinese aircraft carrier, and then sold it for scrap. I think in India somewhere they took the steel and carved it all up. And then as the course unfolds, I will show you our design plan. I'll show you our development activities, so you get an idea about how we, my design team, met the objectives of this design request. Now, I won't share them with you early on because I want you to come up with your own solution. But this project is one that was actually completed, and it has an ending, and I'll tell you about that at the end of the semester in the prologue, or analog if you would, at the end of this. But I will also be your contact where you can ask questions about this project. You send me your questions, I'll send you my answers, and I'll share them with everyone else, so that as this unfolds, we'll actually go through the steps in the Morrison instructional design textbook related to meeting the goals of this actual case study that we'll be dealing with. I think you'll enjoy this one because there'll be some fun stuff that we'll do as the course unfolds. So I'll also now be producing the specific assignment related to this prospectus that you'll be producing, but have fun with this one. If you have any questions, contact me.